Hey guys, what if I told you that if you watch a lot of YouTube videos, you can change your stuff? And what if I told you that YouTube is owned by Google, who owns all your stuff? I don't know where I'm going with this because I lost my train of thought. But we're back with another episode. Yeah, pew, 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 pew.
Episode 2 of the season? New season? Whatever we're going to call it. We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
For 2 weeks in a row now.
For now.
What?
Yeah, consistent, yeah.
Oh, because Mr. I want to go play on boats all day. Ooh, right. Yeah, you know. I still got to...
So learn how to drive a boat. All you got to do is fucking turn the steering wheel.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it can't really be that hard. I mean,
all it is.
they sell boats in Walmart. I mean, it can't be that hard to learn how to drive them.
Sure.
We ever wonder why there's so many boating accidents?
I mean, when's the last time...
You don't have licensing for boat. You can get a boat with a driver's license.
Bro, when's the last time you heard somebody get in a boating accident?
Right.
Well, man, it's from Miami. Baseball player. The last famous one.
When was the last time you heard that somebody that you knew that got in a boating
You
accident?
realize that dude was high on coke. So...
They left that out.
Maybe it's a
They left that part out.
Cocaine! Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Wait, you gonna coke when he's currently a baseball player? Like,
Hey, man, you got 82 games a season? Well, no, it's more than 82, right?
162.
Yeah, 162 games a season. You gotta have some energy, buddy.
And he's making...
the energy and the millions of dollars they make.
Right.
Shit.
That's the energy.
Shit. Well, we got a lot of energy today. The first thing I wanted to talk about is one of my favorite shows on TV, Hard Knocks. And the most garbage-ass team in the world is going to be featured on it because they got Baker Mayfield, a.k.a. the Browns.
Isn't this... Haven't the Browns been on there before?
I want to say...
Or maybe I'm thinking the Bengals.
Yeah, the Bengals were on in 2009, 2013. Cowboys 02, 08. Chiefs 07. The Jets 10. Dolphins 12. Falcons 14. Texas 15. And Rams 16.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess it'll be interesting. I mean, everyone... All eyes are on the Browns right now anyway because they got Baker Mayfield. They got all the moves they got in the offseason. They got Tyrod Taylor.
They're not even going to put him on camera.
They probably he's going to be like the underdog. He's going to be the undercard.
The underdog, even though he's a starter?
He's the veteran quarterback on the team. Everyone's going to want Baker Mayfield to get the spot. But
they're on Hard Knocks because they want to make sure they want to see how those picks turn out.
Yes.
That's what that is all about.
That's exactly.
That's really. They want to see if it was actually smart taking him first overall.
So you think putting cameras in front of him is going...
Yes.
It's drama.
It's drama, and because all those teams you mentioned were teams that were bad when they started.
The 0-1 Baltimore Ravens?
Yes.
Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure we won a Super Bowl the year before.
Okay.
Yeah, come at me, bro. We're Shannon Sharp, baby.
And then what happened the next year?
Right.
Doesn't matter what happened next year. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
And the year after, y'all didn't get it again to win.
2012.
Yeah. So they knew y'all about to go through that slump.
Hey, man.
Even with Ray.
Doesn't matter. Still got 2, baby.
Because even during all the time, all y'all had was defense. That's probably why they're probably like, Hard Knocks, because that offensive ball.
It's all good. Because all I know is that we got Lamar Jackson, but Harris, what else did you say we got on the docket today, man?
Well, there was something I forgot about. The full legalization, the Supreme Court basically legalizing sports betting.
Yes, I love it.
I mean, it's going to be up to the states to determine how they want to do that, but the Supreme Court basically paved the way for the states to do that.
From what I was reading about that, because I'm all about that, I'm for it. The NBA is pushing for like a nationwide thing to where it'll go through an app, so where you don't have to in Nevada right now, if you're betting, you got to go through a sports bookie.
Right.
So essentially, what they're trying to do is set up to where kind of like with DraftKings and FanDuel, where you can use one centralized app, which will take care of that whole legal underground betting thing.
Yeah.
Which is going to make a crap ton of money. What the main thing that I like about this is the players are going to get paid for this too, because 50% of the revenue that the NBA is going to make is going to go back to the players. That was part of the little agreement they got.
That just kills the entire integrity of sports now.
Well, let me rephrase that. So, will players get a cut? Absolutely. Sponsorships fall under basketball-related income, BRI, and players get 50% of that money. Also, in the recent collective bargaining agreement, the union negotiated that income from gambling falls on the BRI and will share it with the players. So
that means just make the spread, which means if you're going to lose, you got to lose a certain way. I don't like it.
I don't think the players would try to be losing for the spread. I mean, they're not going to be Pete Rose it.
All right. Until it happens.
I don't think players are necessary. I mean,
Okay.
there might be players that are going to take the fall. Like, oh, I'm gonna miss this shot because I got money on the game.
Marcus Williams. Ironically, it happens right after my man blows that tackle.
You still salty about that?
Right, still.
Salty, I'm just saying. That would make sense, would it not? You mean tell me I'm going to make this much money if we lose by this much? Oh, oops.
Okay, but
give me a hug. No.
I think that's the thing, though, is you're thinking it's coming from them winning a bet. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, what you're saying is it's just the proceeds from the bets that people are placing.
Yes.
So, what do you mean? If everyone bets on a...
Like, what the house...
So, from what it's saying, how will the league make money? The league is trying to get cash right from the betting window or mobile app. The NBA is spending a significant amount of money to lobby state legislators to get a royalty on bets. Right. Even getting a fraction of a % of each bet, which is likely the best the league could dream of, could be worth billions over the next decade. That's why Commissioner Adam Silver keeps talking about wanting Congress to pass a gambling bill. It's much easier to lobby one body and guarantee a fee from every state than piecemeal it in places where the NBA doesn't have teams.
We'll see how it plays out. I think it needs some tweaking.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. I mean, a lot more people will be paying attention to sports in general. I mean, they may not really care about the sport, but they'll be pouring their money into it just because people like to gamble and lose money, and it'll be great for the economy. And
what you're talking about with the DMPs and the injuries and stuff like that, so they're talking about this. There's going to have to be a vastly increased transparency, and teams will probably have to announce who's playing earlier. The NFL, which knows where the bread is buttered, has been doing this with injury reports and practice reports for years. Yep. The NBA started the process, though teams still sometimes embellish injuries to cover for the rest. Screws will get tightened. There's too much money involved, a.k.a. Popovich is going to have to tell people when people are playing.
Right.
Or they can just say we're unsure yet and blame it on the medical staff.
Just random people getting fired that don't even exist.
Right. It's his fault.
The one thing I don't like about it is going to be a lot more ads. Because, when DraftKings, the FanDuel was a big thing, there was, ads everywhere.
Yeah, that's all the ads you ever saw. And
then we're going to see all these tiny little companies start popping up left and right. Yeah. So it's going to be kind of hard to find one that's legit. But I think it's pretty good. I mean,
I think the NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB, I think they'll do their part to make sure that there are legit companies that are built up.
Yeah.
Because they'll have a stake in it.
They're gonna do
revenue off of it, so they want to make sure they have that brand that people recognize. That okay, this is safe. Let me go put my money.
So part of what they'll do is they'll be like, hey, these are the 10 gambling apps or whatever that we'll work with. So there's not a monopoly with just say FanDuel getting all the NBA and DraftKings getting all NFL. Right. They'll be like, these are the ones that are willing to work under our umbrella. Mm-hmm. It's the easiest way I can see them doing it, but. I don't know. It's probably going to take 2 or 3 years for them to actually iron all that stuff out.
Yeah, it's going to be a while before. I mean, because the thing is, though, the states themselves still have to legalize or come up with a plan in how they want to actually enact this, if they want to allow it to happen at all.
I can't see a state not wanting it, though.
Well, there's states right now that don't allow DraftKings or FanDuel.
They're probably Amish.
Yeah. Well, Texas is almost one of them.
Texas is Amish. Texas has a bunch. Texas is weird. They also like the Cowboys for some reason, and it's whatever, just dumb.
So segueing, we can just segue into Texas on the Houston Rockets, or segue from to Michigan State.
Boo, boo, you, boo, 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 Clutch City, baby.
So Houston Rockets lost Game 1. They kind of got blown out in Game 1, conceded with probably 2.5 minutes left, empty the bench. But they came back to play in Game 2, winning 127-105. So it's 1-1 going back to Golden State. What do y'all think?
I think that because Steph Curry's not shooting good right now, and he's also stated that the MCL injury that he had is still nagging him, so he can't go side to side. So that's why it looks so bad when Chris Paul's crossing him up.
I was gonna say that's why he's falling every time.
Yeah, he can't defend it because he literally can't go side to side right now. So my thing is, if he can find a shot back, and him and Klay start raining threes, it's gonna be a lot closer. I know this last game that Kevin Durant had a bad start to that game. Well, pretty much the whole team had a bad start to the game. But if if all three of those players get hot, I mean, the Rockets are gonna have a problem.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Durant only had 38 points this past game.
He only had 38 points. That's crazy that we had to say stuff like that. He only had 38 points. Oh, James Harden only had 42 points and he lost. Or LeBron James had a 42-point triple-double and they
the next closest guy on the Warriors had So it was Steph Curry. Steph Curry was 16 points, and it's not showing anybody else in double digits.
Exactly. When Thompson only has 8 points.
Yeah, he only had. Yeah, Thompson had 8. Draymond had 6.
It was a fluke. It was a fluke game, and Warriors in 6. So
I can see that. Yeah, I don't think because everybody was talking about it was gonna be a sweep. I was like, there's no way it's gonna be a sweep. That's not possible.
Now that was 5 hours.
No.
Warriors in 6. I'm not even worried about game 2.
Now my thing is also that if you watch Chris Paul play, that dude is dirty, and so they're gonna start calling those plays once they go back to Golden State.
Exactly.
So they're gonna get those house calls for him.
But here's the thing. I mean, more than likely why the Rockets won is a little bit more complete. Trevor Ariza had 19. PJ Tucker 22. Dumba Capella 5 points. He's a center, so it doesn't really matter. James Harden 27. Chris Paul 16. Eric Gordon 27.
Oh, so Harden actually passed the ball with more than 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
He had 3 assists.
Yeah, he didn't
10 rebounds.
Well, how many assists did Paul have?
6.
Yeah, because that was the main problem with the first game. They were holding the ball to like 3 seconds left on the shot clock, then pass it out to Ariza in the corner, and he's like, no, Ariza got in foul trouble. PJ Tucker and
Ariza got in foul trouble. We had 5 fouls after the second quarter.
Yeah,
Halfway through the second.
But they were baiting him in the whole time, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing with Steph Curry, because the thing is, if you put him on the island, he'll start reaching, and especially in Houston, they're gonna get those calls automatically. So,
Not gonna get that in Oakland though.
Oh no, not at all. So they better steal one when they go to Oakland.
Which won't happen.
I don't think it will. I really don't think it will. That home court advantage they have there is too tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be 3-1. And Warriors gonna coast game 5, go back to the Oracle and beat them.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Now, what about the other side? The Celtics Cavs series. Well, essentially, it's the Celtics LeBron series because
they're gonna tie it. It's gonna be 2-2 when they go back to Boston. Cavs gonna win both these games.
Think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's gonna show up to help him out though?
Huh?
Who's gonna show up to help him out?
Well, you got to put Corver in the game to help him out. So I mean, I don't know why are you putting JR? JR no points, bro.
Well, the thing
is,
is,
he did it. That's right. 27 minutes, 3 rebounds, 1 assist.
I'm also starting 2, no points.
Dude, the thing with Corver though, he got slow feet. So on defense, he can't keep up. He can shoot.
Somehow magically he just blends into, he just turns into wood and just becomes invisible on the court. Because I've seen him shoot more open threes this playoffs than I've ever seen him ever.
Well, that's another thing though.
He had 11 points this past game.
The thing with Boston though, they were the best team against defending against a 3 the entire season. So I don't know what Ty Lue's thinking. I also think Corver should start instead of JR or George Hill because I never liked George Hill even when he was with the Spurs.
Yeah, George as a 1, he ain't got the same step he used to have.
No. But like I was saying earlier, like LeBron had a 42-point triple-double.
Right, 42, 10, and 12.
Now,
rebounds, 12
that pace that he started with, he can't keep that up.
No.
Maybe like 10 years ago, he could have did it.
He can't keep that up the whole game. He's got to have backup. I mean, Kevin Love had 22, 15, and 2.
Yeah, Kevin Love had a great game.
Yeah.
If you get those numbers from Kevin Love every game, you should win.
You should. But you can't have Tristan Thompson with 8, George Hill with 3, and J.R. Smith with 0.
Did Tristan start?
They've been starting big.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they didn't have the Love and Tristan out there.
Yeah. But Tristan, I mean, he wasn't doing enough. He only had 7 rebounds. Kevin Love had 15 rebounds.
How many rebounds did Horford have? Because that's the guy that is like keeping the Celtics in this.
Yeah, he had 10.
Horford's orchestrating that. He's the field general.
Yeah. 15, 10, and 4.
Because Scary Terry got kind of cold. I mean, he got kind of hot in that third quarter, but he's been kind of cold in the series.
36 minutes, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, no one on the team really went big. I mean, the highest scorer was Jaylen Brown, 23 points.
Well, that's the thing. So when LeBron dropped that 21 in the first quarter, Jaylen had 14. And
so it wasn't.
And he went 3 for 3 from behind the 3-point line, and guess who was guarding him?
Oh.
LeBron James, but he was fucking tired from running around dropping those points on him.
Yeah.
Cavs would have won had JR or Hill showed up.
Now,
they would have.
I'm surprised that they didn't change that flagrant 1 to a flagrant 2.
Oh, the push?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he blatantly said, "Yeah, I pushed him."
Look, he came up and pushed him. Like he put
That's
both
what
hands
he
in his back.
intentionally meant to foul him. He didn't foul him like that. It wasn't intentional. It was not.
No, he straight up said it was intentional.
How was that not intentional though?
He said it.
That was not a flagrant 2 for that, bro.
Bro, he could have ended that man's career.
Bro, you can get anybody on that push like that.
Bro, that was straight up like,
bro,
like.
Bro, it was not. You could tell. If it was straight up obvious, then it would have been a flagrant 2. Off top.
Dude.
No, man.
You mean to tell me that the guy's arms literally
like
pushed out?
Bro, that's not a flagrant 2. Let's be real.
So what's a flagrant 2 then?
Have you not ever seen somebody? Okay, when you actually hard, that's not a hard.
Bro, I've seen him go where when LeBron ran into Tatum, I'm surprised they didn't call flagrant one on Tatum.
Nah, bro. You're not about to play that with this series, man. You can't do that. You just can't.
Okay, so we're just gonna let guys just push dudes out the air, bro, and then we're just gonna be like, oh yeah.
Give him a flagrant one. What you want? Ejection? Come on, really?
Yeah, suspending his ass.
No, it's not about to happen, dude.
Yeah, because they're trying to protect LeBron, man.
Yes, it's his league.
That's a damn shame. Because if Marcus Smart would have did that, he would have been thrown out there. If Draymond Green would have did that,
yes,
he would have got thrown out the league.
Yes, because he only has a reputation for it. Oh,
JR doesn't have a reputation?
Not like Draymond, bro.
J.R. Smith doesn't have a
JR
reputation.
does not have a reputation like Draymond. That is what I'm
really?
saying. So
all the trash that he did in New York, all the stuff he did with Denver.
Yes, right.
J.R. Smith doesn't have a reputation.
He
almost knocked out what's his face, Jay Crowder.
Still not worse than Draymond. Because only Draymond gets suspended out of the finals. So I mean, I'm just saying, J.R. ain't been suspended out of the finals. Nah, he's got.
Because he didn't make the finals, so he made it with LeBron.
He's got a worse reputation. Draymond's worse. Draymond does that. Draymond's ejected.
Yeah. I mean, he's ejected and he's not coming back. He's getting fined.
And he's getting fined and possibly suspended. They're going to do whatever they can because they don't like him. I see why. I don't like him either.
Why don't you like Draymond, bro?
No, I think honestly, man.
Why don't you like Donkey, bro?
Because, bro, you put him on a trash team and he's a non-factor, bro.
Bro, he's the floor general.
No, he's not.
He runs that office. The office runs through him for Golden State.
The offense runs through him. Get the fuck out of here.
Every time Draymond Green gets a triple-double, they win the game. Facts. Check it.
I need to see the last time Draymond Green got a triple-double.
And I guarantee you they won the game.
No, because this doesn't sound plausible. I mean,
I'm guaranteeing you it's facts.
I'm going to tell you like 3 times in his career.
So while he's looking that up, you was talking about the Michigan State thing?
Yeah, $500 million has been set aside for. Well, okay, so what it breaks down to, Michigan State has $500 million for to cover all the settlements for the Larry Nassar case. $425 million of it is going to go to all the victims that have come forward right now and testified against him and got him convicted, basically. With another $75 million set aside for anybody else that hasn't stepped forward yet. If there's more victims that come out, which is always likely. I don't know if there's going to be some sort of statute of limitations on it. But yeah, a total of $500 million for victims of the Larry Nassar rape and sexual assault cases.
Are these just for the ones who came forward so far, or is this money set aside for ones later on? Because it's possible there's more coming later.
$75 million is set aside for later.
Yeah.
75, okay.
Yeah, with the other 425 set aside for the how many? It was a total of over 100. 332 claimants reached an agreement with representatives from Michigan State during mediation meeting Tuesday afternoon. So 322 claimants, victims, are going to get their share of $425 million.
Okay.
Which, I mean, it's a pretty good lump sum.
I just hope that these women would get the majority of the money and not the lawyers.
Well,
honestly,
yeah, but
because those hawks are out there trying to snatch that cash.
Sorry, I was trying to look up.
I'm telling you, it's facts. It's facts. I'm just saying. I mean, you can try to deny it all you want, but it's still facts. But I mean, that's the only other thing that was going on in the sports news. I mean, you got Alabama still trying to talk trash about UCF.
I don't know why they're even acknowledging them.
It's because that Scott Frost, the coach of Nebraska, is like, well, Alabama probably has 1 or 2 national championships. They claim that necessarily wasn't recognized by everybody. And it's like, bro, like, leave it alone. Like, it's funny that you say you're national champions because you went undefeated, but whatever.
I mean, they're mainly saying because they beat Auburn and Auburn beat Bama. That's what they're saying.
It's like you didn't play in the national championship game.
Exactly. You didn't play in the championship game that decides it, so stop.
What bowl game did they play in?
It wasn't the Sugar. It was like on a Tuesday or something.
No, they played in a decent bowl game.
Yeah.
It was one of the top 5. It was one of the cotton, sugar, orange. It might have been the orange.
Oh, okay. Well, in some hockey news, at the time of recording on Wednesday the 17th, the Golden Knights are up 2-1 on, I don't know who this other team is.
Winnipeg.
Yeah, those people.
Winnipeg Jets.
And who the other people playing? I don't even know who's playing in the playoffs right now.
I don't know. It's not the Stanley Cup final.
Oh, Lightning Capitals.
Who's winning that series?
Yeah, Capitals lead series 2-1.
Yeah, Capitals should take that.
So the only thing I can find of any notes as far as Draymond Green triple-double, he got a triple-double with only 4 points.
But did they win the game though?
Yes, they did.
I'm just saying, if we actually bring up all the stats, every time this man had a triple-double, they have won.
I mean, if you're batting 1,000 for one game, it's not.
I'm just saying,
really count?
I would literally throw $1,000 on that right now. The reason I know this is because Max Kellerman quoted this from Second Spectrum 16 times in one show. And Stephen A. Smith's like, who cares? Doesn't matter.
Exactly. That's why I'm like.
That's the only reason why I know that, because I was laughing so hard.
So, in other news, Colin Kaepernick still doesn't have a job.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Apparently, Kaepernick and his lawyers were in Denver, Colorado, and they deposed John Elway, I guess in regards to his grievance against the NFL. And from what I've read, the reason they deposed John Elway was partly because the Broncos were the last team to offer him a contract and actually take steps to sign him as a quarterback. But this is all before the anthem protests and obviously him being released by the 49ers. So my question is, for you guys, is Kaepernick ever going to be a quarterback in the NFL again?
No.
I agree with Defoe, no. Only because of the deposition stuff going on.
Right, because of the lawsuit.
If the lawsuit wasn't there, yes, I could see him get picked up by a team.
Yeah.
But since his lawsuit is there now, definitely no.
But in the midst of this lawsuit, he's had interest from the Seattle Seahawks.
They need a backup quarterback.
Who didn't sign him because he doesn't know. Because according to them, they asked him about the protests, what he was going to do or what he was going to keep doing in regards to that, and he said he wasn't sure.
I do think if that's a valid question for them to ask,
yeah,
and he just says, yes, I continue to protest, then they can make the decision from there. But to say, like, I don't know, it's kind of putting them in a sticky situation. Just be like, hey, if you want to protest, just tell them, all right, I want to protest. Right. They go like, all right, cool.
So, but had he said that, yeah, I'm going to continue to protest, and then the Seahawks use that as a reason for not picking him up, wouldn't that give credence to his lawsuit?
Yeah.
I mean, it would. Which, in a way, is kind of surprising why he wanted to went that route. Maybe, I don't know, the chapel?
Trap. I got a question for y'all, especially you, Defoe. So, I don't know if you've been hearing about the, when Roethlisberger came out.
That's what I want to talk about.
Talking about how, like, when they drafted Mason Rudolph, how there was like, oh, no, I'm still here, whatever. And then they were talking to Lamar Jackson that I guess he was at Louisville doing something there. And he's like, oh, Joe Flacco hasn't, like, returned on my calls, on my texts. And a lot of those sports guys are like, why are these rookies, like, airing out their veteran quarterbacks? Mm-hmm. And the other side is like, well, why are these veteran quarterbacks being all salty when, even though these are your replacements, you should still try to help your team win? Like, how do you feel about that situation?
Well, honestly, I mean, in that regard, I don't know why the teams aren't handling that. Like,
yeah.
So for instance, why is a rookie even saying that? Why are you asking that question?
True. Well, I think in Lamar's situation, they asked him, have you talked to Joe Flacco?
Well, if he's gonna, he could have easily said, you ain't gotta put that all out there. You ain't gotta show that divide already. Can't think he started yet.
True.
You already got all this going on. Like, if Flacco don't want to respond, he don't even have to talk to him right now. He don't.
That's true.
Working together. It was rookie camp for a little bit, and they had the little mini camp coming up. But other than that, he's a rookie. They kind of do treat you a little funny at first. Mm-hmm. So it's not, I don't understand. Why Flacco's acting like that? I don't know. Maybe Flacco's got something going on.
Because he's a bum.
Maybe he's off. I'm not really sure. Maybe he's chilling. He don't want to talk about it.
No. Just call him what he is, bro. He's a bum.
Who?
Flacco. He's a bum.
He's a bum, but he's the best. He's a bum, but he's the best chance. Because I'm telling you, Lamar Jackson's not going to pan out.
Bro, why you hate on him so much, man?
All right.
Let me have my dreams.
Oh, my gosh.
Just because you got a Super Bowl caliber quarterback doesn't mean you can crush my dreams, bro.
Who, Deshaun Kaiser?
Wow. I wasn't even going to go there, but damn.
No, Kaiser will be good in a couple years.
Damn.
Kaiser will be good in a couple years. He's going to let him sit and let him learn.
Damn.
He's been better than Huntley's done. He's been better than Huntley was.
How long has Huntley been there?
Huntley was there 3 years before.
Oh, okay.
He So had to come in for Rodgers.
So what about the Roethlisberger one, where Roethlisberger himself is coming out?
Well, okay, so Roethlisberger said he was going to retire. Then they drafted Mason Rudolph, and now he's going to play for 3 to 5 more years.
Let's see what Tom Brady's doing.
Well, Roethlisberger isn't exactly Tom Brady. He's not out there eating avocado toast and salad for every meal. You feel
He's
me?
eating the mixed up steaks and steak shakes.
Yeah, he's not.
I mean, this dude's had, 2 motorcycle accidents. He's been, every year he's in a walking boot. He can barely move out of the pocket. I mean, when he does, he's fantastic. But he's getting up there. He's not, he's a big guy, and he's not the most mobile anymore. But he can still throw it, as you see if you watch any of his games throughout the last season. If he wants to play 3 to 5 more years, that's cool, but he better watch out because Mason Rudolph is coming in, and everybody, all the analysis they're talking about him is he's basically Ben, just a young Ben, and he's gonna be able to come in and take over that offense. But it's funny because there's been interviews with Mason Rudolph where he's been saying that me and Ben, we're gonna be friends, all this stuff, and Ben's like, nah, that's not gonna happen. He's not gonna help anybody out. And I feel like that's a big thing for quarterbacks. Look at Peyton Manning. He didn't help Brock Osweiler. He wasn't out there training him or trying to coach him up. And then look at, like you said, Joe Flacco. He's not even returning Lamar Jackson's calls. These guys aren't out there to help the rookies. I mean, they're not going to come in and, let somebody else, or try to give them someone pointers on how to take my job.
Well, you know who did? Brett Favre did. He took my man under his wing, and look how it worked out. So, all I'm saying on that, here's how I look at that. Bill Roethlisberger, he's having a tough time coming to the realization that eventually he's gonna have to give it up.
Yeah.
But they drafted him in the 3rd round, bro. Like, calm down.
Yeah, he's gonna have time to. You got time.
I mean, yeah, but it's like, it wasn't like it was his 1st round pick.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
He ain't gonna start no time
how
soon.
Does this help us win now?
Yeah.
How did you not win last year when you had what you had? Oh,
Right.
I know why. Play calling.
True.
Right, that was the other thing that Roethlisberger said was that, like you said, how does this help us win now? He said that. How does this help us win now?
I mean, you have everything to win now. What are you talking about?
And they just drafted the Mason Rudolph's receiver from Oklahoma? Yeah. Oklahoma State? Like, they drafted his, number 1 receiver. In I want to say the 2nd round?
But, I mean, they might have. But also don't forget that there's a lot of underlying problems with that team. Le'Veon Bell still doesn't have a contract.
Man, they just pay that man. And he'll actually show up to training camp and be able to play the whole season.
Right. I'm just saying.
I mean, you got
it's kind of underreported right now.
Or just let him go and we'll come pick him up, baby. Yes. And we'll give y'all Lamar Jackson.
They're not letting Bell go. If they let Bell go, that would be the dumbest.
That would.
Would you rather have Le'Veon Bell or Antonio Brown?
Depending on what team.
On the Steelers.
No, which one I'd rather have?
Yeah. If you gotta let one go.
You probably have to let Bell go.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because Antonio Brown, he's automatic. Mm-hmm. You know you're going to have him all year.
Yeah, you probably let Bell go, but the thing is, that's your workhorse, man. Mm-hmm. He's a pass catching back, man. You can't. He's like, he is what Barkley will be. Basically.
Oh, you ain't hitting no Saquon anymore?
Well, you know what I'm saying? He is what Barkley will be. That's all I'm saying.
Now you just hating on all the black guys going in the league. He's like, I didn't make it this year. I'll make it next year, but all these other bums.
I don't know why this anyway.
Now I'm just talking trash because I haven't had a chance to talk.
I like quarterbacks who run more than they throw.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go wrap this up because some of us got to go to work today. That guy over there with the burgundy shirt on. Right. But, you can catch us on, is it burgundy? It looks burgundy on my camera.
I would have said red, light red.
That is not light red, bro.
Burgundy's a form of red, bro.
Okay. But it's burgundy. So it's not light red.
Hey, so we'll take a poll. So we'll see who's actually listened to the whole thing. Just put in the comments below, burgundy's actually a shade of red.
Why even call it a color then if it's just light red?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if it's red, it should be like dark red, light red. Like they got dark green, light green. I mean, a verda. But, you can find us on all the, the social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You just look above Defoe's head right there. It's going to be right there in the little corner. Yeah, right there. So, I don't know. That's about it, guys. Yeah.
Rockies.
Rockies? What?